Hello everybody and welcome back to General Chats. Apologies for no new episode last week, but after fulfilling my commitment to other things like uni and my regular film review, I was left feeling too run down to fulfill my commitments to General Chats. To make up for it, I will be featuring 2 weeks worth of reviews in this week's episode. This week we have a very mixed bag with the home video release of Top Gun Maverick, the sequel to Top Gun that was released 36 years ago. We also have a lot of anime fanfare this week, starting with the Quintessential Quintuplets movie, the finale to the 2-season anime series. We also have 2 Detective Conan movies. That was everything from last week's intended segment, but we also have things from this week, including the new Netflix release for Enola Holmes 2 and the limited cinema release for One Piece film Red. So, starting off with Top Gun Maverick, a sequel that came out nearly 40 years after the original. Tom Cruise, who usually looks like he doesn't age between movies, is definitely showing that he's aged in this movie, but not by the 30 plus years between the original and the production of this movie. Now, for people who don't know, Top Gun Maverick is about Cruise's Maverick, who is a top-notch fighter pilot who hasn't been promoted in nearly 40 years due to repeated citations, but he is assigned to train a group of the best fighter pilots in the Navy so that they can complete a dangerous and impossible mission. Now, I felt that this film was a worthy sequel to the forgettable original, and the film is very much about providing an epilogue to Maverick's story and handing things off to the next generation in a film that tackles grief, guilt, and getting older. The script is definitely poignant and tells an effective film about the various serious subject matters, and the aerial sequences are well directed, but I felt like the small character moments, primarily involving Jennifer Connelly's love interest, are badly directed, which just makes them quiet and just not interesting. I gave this film 3.5 stars out of 5, which is counter to the numerous 5-star reviews that critics gave it. So next up is the Quintessential Quintuplets movie, the finale movie to the 2-season anime series, and an adaptation of the manga of the same name. The Quintessential Quintuplets is about a down-on-his-luck high school student named Futaro Uesugi, who is employed to teach 5 rich girls who just happen to be identical maternal quintuplets, who get very bad grades. As the series goes on, each of the 5 quintuplets falls in love with Futaro, and the series flashes forward to 5 years in the future, where he marries one of the quintuplets, but the audience has to work out which one. So I've been a fan of the series since 2020, and I've watched all the anime and I've read all the manga, so I knew how the movie's plot would play out. Even so, I enjoyed the movie very much, with great acting from each of the 6 main cast members, especially lead actor Yoshitsugu Matsuoka, and the film is definitely an emotional roller coaster that makes the quintuplets question their own individuality when they've spent all of their lives as 5 equal parts of the same person. I gave this film 4.5 stars out of 5. Next up is Detective Conan, Magician of the Silver Sky, the 8th Detective Conan movie, a series of anime films based on the long-running manga and anime series. Detective Conan revolves around a young man named Shinichi Kudo, who was forced to take a mysterious poison by a sinister criminal organization, which caused his body to shrink to that of his 7-year-old self. But to protect his loved ones while he investigates the sinister organization, he goes undercover as a proper 7-year-old with the name Conan Edogawa at his girlfriend's house, whose father is a private detective and helps him solve mysteries. Magician of the Silver Sky is the 8th annual film in the film series and revolves around the detective agency where Conan lives, being hired by a famous actress to protect a priceless jewel from a master thief who is Conan's rival, only for the case to turn into a murder investigation aboard a commercial jet. Now, I always feel that the movies go much deeper than the regular anime series, and their blockbuster plots add another dimension to the action. The visuals are also much more refined and developed due to having a movie budget. I enjoyed the acting, writing, and directing of the movie and found it to be another classic Conan movie adventure. I gave this film 4 stars out of 5. I'm following that up with the 9th annual instalment of the Detective Conan film series titled Strategy Above the Depths. This film revolves around Conan and his friends taking a vacation aboard a luxury cruise liner on its maiden voyage, only to be drawn into a conspiracy that connects the luxury ship to a ship that was lost at sea 15 years ago. 15 years prior, and a ship engineer who died in a car accident a decade later. Now, I found that whilst the visuals and directing were again top-notch, as expected of a Detective Conan film, this was the second film in the series where the writing just failed them. In other words, this was the second Detective Conan movie with a dull script. I gave this film 3.5 stars out of 5. Next up is the Netflix original movie Enola Holmes 2, a sequel to 2020's Enola Holmes, and revolves around the adventures of Stranger Things' Millie Bobby Brown's titular character, who is the younger sister of Henry Cavill's Sherlock Holmes. The film revolves around Enola's struggles to establish herself as a private detective in the sexist Victorian England when she takes the case of a missing girl, which draws her into a government conspiracy so big she needs Sherlock's help to solve the case. Now, I found that this film struggles under the weight of its social commentary, and it doesn't really add any new elements to the Netflix film series other than continuing the character's development. However, I found that Henry Cavill gives an underrated performance as the infamous detective, and Millie Bobby Brown proves that her career will still have legs once Stranger Things ends. But I found that David Thewlis's very presence in the movie is baffling, and it feels like he could have chosen a much better role in this movie. I give this film 3.5 stars out of 5. And finally, the review the world has been waiting for. Not really, but finally, it's One Piece film Red. For those who don't know, One Piece revolves around Monkey D. Luffy, a young man with the ability to stretch his body like rubber, who sets off to the seas in search of a mysterious treasure known as the One Piece, so he can become king of the pirates. Along the way, Luffy becomes the captain of the Straw Hat Pirates and recruits 9 other pirates to his crew as he fights against pirates who use their powers to oppress whole countries. One Piece film Red revolves around the Straw Hat Pirates arriving on Elegia, an island country known for music, to attend the concert of Uta, a world-famous virtual singer and Luffy's childhood friend, only for the concert to come under attack by people looking to attack Uta, forcing the Straw Hat Pirates to team up with friends and foes in their biggest battle yet, with the fate of humanity at stake. Now, I absolutely enjoyed this film. It felt like a different One Piece experience than we've previously had, as the movie felt like a musical due to the heavy influence of music on the film, as well as great visuals and acting, and excellent acting, especially from lead actress Mayumi Tanaka, who plays Luffy. I gave this film 5 stars out of 5, and it rocketed right up to the top of my best films of 2022 list. That's all I have for this segment, for this episode. Now, there will be no new episode of General Chats on November 18th due to personal reasons, but there will be an episode on November 25th where we will be talking about the new Jordan Peele movie, Nope. Thanks for being patient whilst I navigate this busy schedule. Please tune in next time.